They once held children, wore wedding rings, smiled for photographs, and planned for tomorrow. Now, they wear prison IDs and wait for death behind razor wire and reinforced glass. In a country with over 2,000 on death row, only 48 are women. Their stories are rare, but they cut the deepest. Crimes that tore through families, shocked entire communities, and left scars the justice system still reckons with. These are 5 women on death row in 2025. Stories that haunt, mysteries that linger. Dali Ruti. A quiet suburban home in Texas became a crime scene that continues to baffle investigators and the public. The brutal stabbings of 2 young brothers, Damon and Devin Ruti, left their mother, Dali, injured and claiming a mysterious intruder. But the scene held inconsistencies that cast a long shadow of doubt. The prosecution presented a narrative of a mother burdened by financial pressures, suggesting a motive for the unthinkable. Yet Dali has steadfastly maintained her innocence for nearly 3 decades. The video of her seemingly celebrating near her son's graves fueled public outrage, but did it truly reflect a killer's heart? Convicted and sentenced to death, Dali Ruti remains on Texas's death row in 2025. Her case is a tapestry of conflicting evidence and emotional testimonies. Could a mother truly commit such a heinous act? Or is there a possibility of a tragic miscarriage of justice? The legal battles continue, with appeals focusing on forensic evidence and potential flaws in the original investigation. The question of Dali's guilt or innocence still hangs heavy in the air, a constant shadow over the suburban landscape where tragedy struck. In 2025, the fight for Dali Ruti's life persists. Will new evidence finally emerge to illuminate the truth behind the deaths of her sons? The knife found at the scene holds secrets that may yet unravel the suburban shadow. Melissa Lucio. The 2007 death of 2-year-old Mariah Alvarez in Texas led to the capital murder conviction of her mother, Melissa Lucio. Initially deemed an accident, a fall downstairs, the narrative shifted during a grueling police interrogation. Supporters argue that Melissa, a victim of lifelong domestic violence, was coerced into a confession while in a state of profound grief and vulnerability. Forensic experts have since questioned the initial findings, suggesting Mariah's injuries could be consistent with a fall, not abuse. In 2025, Melissa Lucio sits on death row, her case becoming a focal point for debates about coerced confessions, flawed forensic science, and the justice system's treatment of marginalized individuals. The possibility of her innocence looms large. Her children continue to fight for her release, clinging to the belief that their mother is innocent. The legal complexities of her case have drawn international attention, highlighting the irreversible consequences of potential wrongful convictions. As 2025 unfolds, the question remains: will Melissa Lucio become another tragic statistic, or will the truth behind Mariah's death finally be revealed? The interrogation tapes hold the key to a confession that many believe was born of despair, not guilt. If you've made it this far, you're exactly the kind of viewer we make Merc Files for. Hit the like button and subscribe. It tells the algorithm that these stories deserve to be heard. Samantha Allen. The summer of 2011 in Arizona brought a case of unimaginable cruelty that would shock the nation and land Samantha Allen on death row. 10-year-old Amy Deal was found dead, suffocated inside a small plastic footlocker in her own home. Amy lived with numerous relatives, including her aunt and legal guardian, Cynthia Stoltzman, whose daughter was Samantha Allen. Initially, a story of a tragic accident during a game of hide-and-seek was presented, but the truth, unearthed during interrogation, revealed a horrifying act of punishment. Samantha Allen and her husband John confessed to locking the small 4'2", 59-pound AIM inside the footlocker as a consequence for taking a popsicle without permission. The dimensions of the trunk, just 3 feet long, a foot and 2 inches wide, and a foot deep, paint a terrifying picture of the confinement AIM endured. The state's investigation revealed a pattern of horrific abuse inflicted upon Amy throughout her short life. Before being squeezed into the suffocating confines of the footlocker, AIM was allegedly forced to perform strenuous exercises in the scorching 103-degree heat for over an hour. She was then padlocked inside. In August 2017, Samantha Allen was sentenced to death for the murder of Amy Deal. Her husband, John Allen, also received a death sentence for his role in this devastating crime. In 2025, Samantha Allen remains on Arizona's death row, a stark reminder of the unimaginable suffering endured by a young life at the hands of those who should have protected her. The image of a child locked away in the sweltering heat as punishment is a chilling testament to the depths of human cruelty. What truly transpired within that household that led to such a tragic and senseless death? Cynthia Coffman, California, in the late 1980s and early 1990s, was terrorized by a series of brutal murders. Cynthia Coffman, along with her boyfriend, James Gregory Marlowe, became linked to the deaths of Sandra Neary and Corinna Novis. The pair preyed on vulnerable women, their crimes marked by extreme violence. Coffman's involvement was undeniable, though questions arose about the extent of her manipulation by Marlowe. Convicted for her role in these heinous acts, Cynthia Coffman has been on California's death row for decades. Her case stands as a chilling reminder of the capacity for cruelty and the devastating impact of predatory violence. In 2025, her appeals have largely been exhausted, leaving her fate seemingly sealed. The terror she and Marlowe inflicted on their victims continues to resonate in the annals of California crime history. The case of Cynthia Coffman serves as a stark illustration of how individuals can descend into unimaginable darkness, leaving a trail of shattered lives in their wake. Did Cynthia Coffman act solely under the influence of her partner? Or was there a deeper, more sinister motivation driving her actions? Christa Pike. The 1995 murder of Colleen Slemmer in Tennessee remains one of the most disturbing cases involving juvenile offenders on death row. Christa Pike, just 18 at the time of the crime, orchestrated a brutal and sadistic attack. Motivated by jealousy over a boyfriend, Pike, along with 2 accomplices, subjected Colleen to hours of torture before her death. The sheer brutality of the crime committed by such young individuals sent shockwaves through the community and raised profound questions about juvenile justice. Convicted and sentenced to death, Christa Pike remains on Tennessee's death row in 2025, making her the youngest woman in the United States facing capital punishment. Her case sparks ongoing debate about the appropriateness of the death penalty for individuals who were juveniles at the time of their offenses. The disturbing details of Colleen Slemmer's murder continue to haunt, a grim testament to the capacity for extreme violence even in the young. In 2025, the legal and ethical considerations surrounding Christa Pike's sentence persist, forcing us to confront difficult questions about accountability and rehabilitation. What circumstances led a teenager to commit such an act of unspeakable cruelty? And what does her presence on death row say about our justice system? 5 women, 5 chilling stories unfolding on death row in 2025. Each case, a stark reminder of the darkness that can reside within the human heart and the complexities of seeking justice for unimaginable crimes. Their fates remain uncertain, their stories etched in the ongoing debate surrounding capital punishment. As we reflect on these deadly women, we are left to ponder: what are the ultimate consequences of their actions, and what does their continued presence on death row signify about our society's pursuit of justice? These are the stories that demand to be heard, that challenge our understanding of crime and punishment. If you believe in shedding light on these complex issues, please like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to Merc Files to join our community exploring the darkest truths. Together, we can foster awareness and understanding. Don't forget to explore the related videos and playlists on your screen for more in-depth, true crime stories. Stay curious, stay safe,